Hello, yellow fellows. It's Baldy Chris, and it's day 3 of a week of magic bags. And I found out that you can't change window while you're using the camera on your phone. So I was looking for the description from this one. Um, what I'd been saying in the introduction to the other video, it's my pub quiz night. The start time of the quiz did make it a little bit restrictive with what I could have. But for the first time, I've managed to find a magic bag from Morrisons as opposed to Morrisons Daily. Actually slightly cheaper at £3.9, supposed to get you £10 worth of goods, and their collection window was from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I got off the train, went in the opposite direction to what I'd normally do to get home, had to fight traffic a bit to get there, but got to the shop a little bit before 6. And they did have a fair amount of yellow sticker stuff in store, as much as 75% off even that early in the evening, and it was flying off the shelves. So I thought I could be in with a decent haul, and here's what we've got. This isn't all of it, by the way, this is just the first item out of the bag, which is some living coriander. Supposed to have been 160 to begin with, so slightly over half the supposed value of the bag. Then we have Morris the Caterpillar Cupcakes, which will be, I'm sure, best before rather than used by. Who knows, I may even take those into the office if I'm feeling generous, or I might just chow down on them myself. Probably going to ruin all the decoration by trying to see how much they were supposed to be. It doesn't actually say how much they were supposed to be. How peculiar. Anyway, there we go. What do we have next? We've got some more herbs. We've got some flat leaf parsley at 25, well, sorry, was supposed to be £1, down to 25p if you bought it in store. And next thing, now, initially when I was at the shop, I have seen in this bag already, spoiler alert. Initially it was upside down, I saw it in the dark, I thought, well, maybe that's a quiche or something, but it was actually more cake. So we've got raspberry ripple slices, which do sound nice, but, you know, I'm still struggling to see a meal here. Those were best before quite some time ago, actually. I mean, best before doesn't mean that you can't use it afterwards, but I am a little surprised to find they're putting stuff in that's, now 8 days past its best before date. I'm sure it will still be fine, particularly if those are individually wrapped inside as well. But that is slightly surprising. I hadn't noticed, actually, the Caterpillar cakes were for 9th of Jan, so those are a few days past best before as well. But the emphasis on the best before is that it's simply when the product will be at its best. So with things like cakes and bread, it will just mean that it's a little bit stale. It will still be absolutely fine. It isn't the same as a use by warning, which does mean used by the date in question. Although, as I'm fond of saying, it doesn't turn to poison at midnight, and I'm quite inclined to use it the following day. So we've got some more non-today's date best before. A white bloomer, which feels quite solid, so yeah, that may need to be like softened up by a quick blast in the microwave or something, which is fine if you're going to eat it there and then, not so fine if you're planning to use it in sandwiches for the next day. But that was supposed to be 125, and I think there's another one of those as well. There's a different loaf, another white loaf again, best before yesterday rather than today. Also very firm to the touch as well. And yes, I was right, there was another bloomer loaf in there again, same deal, 11th of Jan, also quite solid. I mean, I suppose they're supposed to be crusty. It is giving under my thumb there. And what else? This one you may have to use your imagination on, because the pack is split. So there's a bag of pears, which again, they're showing a display until date rather than a best before date, and it's January 11th, or in the code J11. There are quite a few pears. I have still got some pears from Co-op from the other day, so it's lucky I like pears, but it's still not a meal as such, is it? Oh, I didn't spot this earlier. So it's 5 pears and an onion in the dark. I couldn't tell that was an onion. Then what else? We're coming to the end of this bag now. What we've got here are Brussels sprouts, which are also for yesterday's date. Now, I detest Brussels sprouts. I think they are absolutely the devil's vegetable, and I will not touch them with a barge pole. So that is extremely disappointing to see. And I know people go, "You're wrong, Chris. You can cook them up with like water chestnuts and a bit of bacon, and they're delicious." And I think that does sound nice if you take the Brussels sprouts out. So unless I can find someone who wants some Brussels sprouts, I'm afraid those are going to get wasted. And then the last thing that was in there was a block of cheese, Orkney Smoky Red, which they've, if it, in store, reduced very heavily from £3.50. So this one block of cheese is more than the cost of the bag from its initial value. Again, it's labelled best before and it's 11th Jan, but not a 90% reduction there, which I'd have been very pleased to see in store myself. So we've got some cheese and we've got some bread, which does kind of point towards my dinner being cheese sandwiches, which I suppose would be quite quick at least, but it doesn't really fill me full of great enthusiasm. So, in answer to the question, can you live a week off magic bags? In this instance, I'm going to say the answer is no, because although I can't really complain about the variety of things that we've got there, they are very much in line with the description, which is ever so slightly different to Morrisons Daily, in that it doesn't necessarily promise meat on ready meals, whereas Morrisons Daily do say you could get those. But yeah, I'm not really seeing a proper meal there. I could live off cheese sandwiches, I don't intend to. So I have cheated a little bit, and after I'd inspected that, I went and grabbed a few of the yellow sticker items that they had in the store as well, just to make my life that little bit easier. So I got some orange cream cheese stuffed peppers as a starter. They were just 44p, so that's 75% off. And a cheese and chilli dip, and that's also about 75% off at 34p. And we've got some Lebanese flatbreads, also 75% off, down to 27 pence. And then the one thing that's actually going to generate a meal for me in some way, some Savers chicken trimmings, which were also 75% off. I mean, ostensibly Savers, so a fair price to start with, at £3 for 300 grams. And yeah, they're down at 75p. So what I'm going to do is probably stick those in a curry sauce, have them with some microwave rice, and I'll probably put in some of the coriander and the parsley just to spice it up a little bit. I suppose I could chuck the onion in too. Certainly not putting the bloody sprouts in. And I can serve it with those as a bit of a dip bread to go in there as well. So yeah, not the best magic bag today. So a little bit disappointing there, but it did at least fit in with the timings. And another obstacle that I encountered, which I hadn't anticipated, was that I've actually run out of data on my phone, so I can't use browsing anymore, which is fine so long as I order while I'm on a Wi-Fi connection, which I had done. I think I ordered this last night. When you go in store, you have to swipe on the app to say you've collected the bag, and it wouldn't accept that because it didn't have the data to even just update a button from no to yes, effectively. So I tried to use the in-store Wi-Fi, which said no internet available, which isn't Wi-Fi as far as I'm concerned. What do you get out of Wi-Fi if there isn't internet? That's nothing. But luckily there was presumably somebody else in the shop that just didn't have a protected Wi-Fi, so I hijacked that and was able to do it. This may then bode badly for tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. I think it's Monday that my data allowance will refresh, so I might not actually be able to do this on 7 consecutive nights as I'd been planning to do, because of the inability to actually swipe to collect the things when I go into the store. I'm going to try it tomorrow, see how we get on, and if I get denied, then I will just have to put a bit of a pause on things until Monday and then resume as if nothing's happened and hope nobody notices. But anyway, that was an unforeseen obstacle. But I'm sure it can be overcome in due course. I may even have a quick chat with Virgin and say, can you just like give me a little bit extra so I can go through the next few days and see what happens there. But anyway, that is it for this video. I now need to get on with making my chicken trimmings curry and getting out the door for the pub quiz, and hopefully doing well there. But we'll let you know in the next one, whenever that's going to be. So as ever, do like, share, subscribe if you could. That would be nice. There has been quite a jump in numbers since I started this series, which is nice. And you check out Yellow Sticker Madness if you want to see stuff where I get to pick what I'm having at a markdown price rather than what the magic bag gives me, which is a separate playlist that's been up for about a year now. There's quite a lot of videos in that. And yeah, get in touch in the comments below. See what you think. Any recipe suggestions for this little lot that beyond cheese sandwiches, and what to do with the Brussels sprouts other than just throw them away, because I'm not going to eat them. And yeah, I do read all the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able to. So thank you for watching once again. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.